Good day everyone, my name is Doregios and today I was tasked to present my innovation proposal about the eggplant chips or the Solanum Melongena. So let's start with the introduction. Food experimentation can be an exciting endeavor, but its impact on consumer preference and the health outcomes remains largely unexplored. Understanding the effects of food experimentation is crucial, as it can influence dietary choices, nutritional intake, and overall well-being. Chips are mostly made of potatoes, corn, and other grains and starches from different edible plants that everyone loves and enjoys eating, while eggplants are usually prepared and consumed as one of the key ingredients in cooking and different vegetables dishes. This dish offers a unique taste and profile of eggplants, mild and creamy texture that can be served as an appetizer and snacks. Understanding the background of this dish can provide insights into origin, cultural significance, and potential health benefits. Eggplant is the fifth economically important solanaceous crop after potato, tomato, pepper, and tobacco. Eggplants, also known as the aubergines, belong to the nightshade family of plants and are used in many different dishes around the world. Regarding the nutritional value, eggplant has a very low caloric value and is considered among the healthiest vegetable for its high content of vitamins, minerals, and bioactive compounds for human health. Moreover, eggplants are nutrient-rich food that can contain fiber, vitamins, and minerals that may benefit your overall health, including your heart, according to Rachel Amera. Eggplant chips can be a great substitute for the usual and well-known commercialized chips that is potentially much healthier. This proposal wanted to determine how the eggplant chip is healthier ingredient than a pure eggplant. Therefore, the main purpose of this study is to know the benefits of eggplant chips not only for children, but also to people who can taste them and if it is really healthy to eat, and to determine the level of acceptability in terms of texture, taste, appearance, and aroma. Eggplant chips are a delicious and nutritious snack option, offering a satisfying crunch and with a range of health benefits. Each serving contains 135 calories and 9 grams of fat, including 3 grams of saturated fat but no trans fat, with just 6 milligrams of cholesterol and 359 milligrams of sodium. These chips provide balanced profile for those mindful of their intake. The carbohydrate contents is modest at 5 grams, complemented by 4 grams of fiber and 5 grams of sugar. Additionally, eggplant chips are a good source of protein, delivering 5 grams per serving, along with the essential minerals such as 130 milligrams of calcium, 1 milligrams of iron, and 340 milligrams of potassium. Despite lacking of vitamin D, they make up for it with their nutritious components and flavorful appeal. And now let's discuss about the methodology. First, let's discuss about the optimizing all reduction in fried eggplant rings. The preparation and the pre-treatments of eggplant rings. Eggplant or the Solanum Melongena L family of Solanaceae. Samples were obtained from a local market during the winter of 2018 and stored for using at 4 degrees Celsius. 1 hour prior to use, vegetables were removed from the refrigerator and equilibrated to room temperature. Each eggplant was rinsed with water, peeled, sectioned to rings at least 1 centimeter from the skin end. Also, it excludes the effects of bruising, exposing fresh surface and eliminate some starch material adhering to the surface prior to frying. Then treated separately with a chemical solution of 2% chitosan, 2% carboxy methylcellulose or the CMC and 0.1 sodium metabisulfite or the SO2 or the 4% of the sodium chloride or water and steam blanching for 3 minutes. Next is the frying experiment process. Fresh eggplant ring samples were dipped separately in the fresh prepared CMC, which is the 2%, the chitosan 2%, and the sodium chloride 4%, and the sodium metabisulfite or the SO2 of 0.1%. For 20 minutes or blanch separately in water and steam for 3 minutes. And then the ring were drained. Primary experiments were carried out for the fresh eggplant rings for 6 and 8 minutes at 170 degree or the 180 degree and 190 to 0.5 degrees Celsius, respectively, to the study of the best frying condition. Untreated eggplants were fried in a controlled temperature deep fat fryer or the Philips Comfort in Germany, filled with 1.5 liter of purified sunflower oil in Arma Crystal Company in Egypt that enriched the vitamins A and D and contain 1.8 grams saturated fat and the 3.8 monounsaturated fat and 8.4 polyunsaturated fat. Oil was replaced by fresh oil after 4 frying batches. 3 eggplant rings were fried in each batch. For each selected sampling time, the slices were drained after frying over a wire screen of 5 minutes and let cool at room temperature before analysis. The oil was preheated for 1 hour prior to frying and discarded after 6 hours of use, as mentioned by. Frying experiments were run into triplicate water content, oil uptake, color characteristics, and sensory evaluation were determined in eggplant ring samples as shown. Untreated and pre-treated breast eggplant rings were fried at 180 degrees Celsius for 4 minutes to study the effect of different chemicals and thermal pretreatments on water content and oil uptake of eggplant rings. Now let's discuss about the G frying of eggplant or the Solanum melongena. Seedless diamond eggplant variety obtained from the McDonald campus from farm of McGill University, Canada, were cut into discs of 25 mm diameter and 4 mm thickness from the central area of the eggplant with no skin and wiped clean. Individual cuts were placed into a sample mesh basket at 2 positions relative to the direction of the applied centrifugal force, namely perpendicular and parallel. The sample baskets were covered to ensure complete immersion of the samples in the frying oil. Next, let's discuss about the oil absorption reduction of eggplant slices during deep fat frying by applying osmotic dehydration pretreatment. Using the maltodextrin and sodium chloride, the effect of osmotic dehydration on different properties of eggplant slices wherein the sizes is 2 by 2 by 2 cm was investigated. Osmotic dehydration was carried out in a factorial arrangement with 2 factors, maltodextrin and the salt concentrations at constant time, which is the 90 minutes. And temperature is the 30 degrees Celsius. The effect of osmotic dehydration and the moisture loss, solid gain, osmotic performance ratio or the PR, and the shrinkage of the sample after osmotic process, as well as the oil absorption, texture, color, and sensory properties of eggplant slices after frying was investigated. So now let's discuss the materials that we will use by cooking the eggplant chips. First, we need the materials, which is the deep fryer or large pot, baking tray, knife, chopping board, slotted spoon or the spider strainer, paper towels, ziploc, which is the size is 3 by 5 inches by 5.5 inches, the colander, and the thermometer. Next, let's discuss the ingredients. We have the eggplants, cooking oil, salt, cold water, tap water, seasoning. The seasoning is also optional. Next, we will discuss the process flow on how to cook the eggplant chips. First is wash the eggplant thoroughly. Slice the eggplant into thin rounds, about 1/8 inch thick. Uniform slices ensure that it is an even cooking. Next is you lay slices of eggplant on paper towel in an even layer. Place the eggplant slices in the colander and sprinkle them generously with salt. This helps to draw out excess moisture and reduce bitterness. Let them sit for about 30 minutes. Next is to rinse the eggplant slices under cold water to remove the excess salt. Then pat them dry with water with paper towels. Wipe any visible moisture off slices with a paper towel and flip. Pour the oil into a deep fryer or a large pot to a depth of about 2 to 3 inches. Heat the oil to 350 degrees Fahrenheit to or the 175 degrees Celsius, and also use the thermometer to check the temperature. Next is you carefully place the buttered eggplant slices into the hot oil. Do not overcrowd the pot. Fry in batches if necessary. Fry until the eggplant chips are golden brown and crispy, about 2 to 3 per side. Use a slotted spoon or spider strainer to remove the eggplant chips from the oil. Place them in a plate lined with paper towels to drain any excess oil. While still hot, sprinkle with additional salt or your favorite seasoning if desired. Next, let's discuss about the packaging. The packaging, first is you allow the freshly fried eggplant chips to cool completely on a plate or tray lined with the paper towels. This will help to drain any remaining oil and prevent moisture build up in the bags. Next is to clean and dry your hands or use tongs to handle the chips to avoid transferring any moisture or oil from your hands to the chips. Next is you lay out the Ziploc bags on a clean and dry surface. Count out 6 pieces or 10 pieces rather of eggplant chips for each bag. Be gentle to avoid breaking the chips. Place the 10 eggplant chips into Ziploc bag, laying them flat to minimize breakage. Next, if the chips are fragile, consider placing a small piece of parchment paper between each chip to provide extra protection. Gently press out as much air as possible from each Ziploc bag before sealing it. This helps to maintain the chips' crispiness and extend their shelf life. Next, let's discuss about the budgeting. First, we have here the ingredients: eggplants, cooking oil, salt, cold water, tap water, and seasoning. So the estimated prices are on the list. In eggplants, the 1 kilo of eggplants is 80 pesos. So you need to times it by 2, so the estimated price is 160 pesos. The cooking oil is 150 pesos per kilo, which is the estimated price also is 150 pesos. The salt is 20 pesos by 1 kilo. The cold water that you need is 1 gallon and the price is 50 pesos. Also, the seasoning is 50 pesos. So, the estimated total price of the ingredients of eggplant chips is 430 pesos. And now, let's discuss how to know the capital and know about the profit that we could come up. First, the estimated capital of our eggplant chips is 430 pesos. So you need to have 1,500 pieces chips by the finished product. You need to divide the 1,500 pieces chips finished product divided by 30 is equals to 50 pieces per pack eggplant chips. So there is a 50 pieces of ziplock inside the eggplant chips. So you need to sell your eggplant chips per pack in the market price is 30 pesos. So the 50 pieces per pack of the finished product, you need to times by the market price, which is 30 pesos. It will become the total, which is 1,500 pesos. In 1,500 pesos total, you need to minus the 430 pesos capital. So your final profit of your eggplant chips would be 1,070 pesos. So when you are planning to make a business about chips, I recommend you to use the eggplant chips, which is very affordable, and you can have a high profit with it. So that's all for today, and that's all for my innovation proposal. Thank you.